Last time, while Prince Franz and Duke Max search for Sissi, Count Arcus succeeds in capturing her. Counselor Zatornik's spies spread a vicious lie about Sissi's death.
We have eliminated Princess Sissi.
The news of the so-called death of Sissi reaches the palace, and Zatornik quickly blames the Hungarians.
They'll get war!
Duke Max rescues Sissi, but he himself is then entrapped.
Franz is alive, but Papa is a prisoner again. Oh!
Why shouldn't we together embrace the right to believe? If we could love each other the way that we like, no fortune, no fame, no days and nights are lonely. Your memories fill my dreams. I know because you live, I'll do the same. Nobody else will take you away. Nobody else will love you this way. Nobody else will take you away. Nobody else. Nobody else.
Franz! I forbid you to go meet Karl at the border alone! With war threatening to break out any minute, you'll need an escort!
I don't need an escort of soldiers to save the peace.
Franz! Oh, that boy is as stubborn as a mule. But for an empress to allow her son to leave without protection is unheard of. Captain!
Another Hungarian village? We can't be much further from the Austrian border.
I hope we get to Schönbrunn soon. All this galloping has turned my back into mush. And I'm tired.
Hey, I wonder what's going on. Pardon me, sir. Why are you leaving? Is there an epidemic in the village?
It's not an epidemic, miss. Haven't you heard? It's much worse than that. War.
War?
Yeah! War! Super! Bam! Bam! Charge! Ah!
War is not a game, Tommy. It brings nothing but misery and unhappiness. Look, these poor people are forced to leave their homes to avoid the fighting. But war with whom, sir?
Why, war between Austria and Hungary, of course.
No, but how come?
For the saddest of reasons. Empress Sophia has had sweet Princess Sissi done away with by her terrible spies.
But that's not true!
I'm not sure, Tommy, but I think we may have been reported missing after the shipwreck. I'll bet that Zatornik had something to do with it.
In any case, you'd better avoid that area because of the soldiers. And there's been nothing to eat for days. The shops are closed. The peasants and the merchants have fled.
Wait, mister! We have some food left for your children. I wasn't hungry anyway.
That was very generous, Tommy. Now we have to get to Vienna as soon as possible to tell Franz that I'm very much alive.
And that way, there won't be a war!
The River Mur. Here we are in Hungary at last. Budapest isn't much further. We won't have much time to gather our troops.
So you don't think that war can be avoided, Morgash?
We can't avoid it if the Austrians invade and we have to protect our borders.
I guess you're right.
Let's go!
Go on without me. I'll meet up with you later.
What? You're not coming with us, Gyula?
No, Morgash. You know that Ida's touring with the Zanyushka circus along the border. I have to find her before it's too late.
Of course. But what will I tell the soldiers? You're the commander-in-chief of our armies.
I hand over the command to you, Morgash. I'm sure that you'll manage fine. Yeah!
And if the Austrians should cross the border and start the war?
You're right, Dmitri. Andrasi will be the first one taken prisoner. Follow him at a distance, but in case of danger, don't hesitate. Good luck, and keep your eyes open.
Welcome to the village of Radenburg, Miss Ida. Let me introduce myself. Ivo, Hungarian Burgomaster of Radenburg. And this is my friend Joseph, Austrian Burgomaster of Radenburg.
Two burgomasters for the same village?
Why, yes. That's what makes Radenburg unique. The only village where Hungarians and Austrians have lived together cordially forever.
And you aren't bothered by all this talk of war?
Rumors of war? It wouldn't be the first time.
And certainly not the last. We're as Austrian as we are Hungarian. That's why we have nothing to fear from anyone.
And the only thing that concerns the people of the village today is seeing a good show.
I have my pretext at last. Put on a Hungarian uniform and cross the River Mur. Once in Hungary, you'll spread the following news in the Hungarian camps. Ida Ferenczi is a prisoner of the Austrians. I'm sure that's all it will take for them to react and start the war.
Is your information solid, Councillor Zatornik?
Rock solid, Your Highness. The Secret Service of Her Majesty, your mother, assured me that Hungarian troops are about to seize Radenburg, probably to attempt a breakthrough into Austria.
I don't see any troops at all.
They must have taken advantage of the thick fog to infiltrate. Well, what does Your Highness suggest?
Defend our borders, not intervene, and preserve the peace. That's what I suggest, Councillor Zatornik.
Well, Tommy, I think we're good and lost.
I don't like this place. What's that?
Just a barn owl. Or maybe it's a monster. Don't tell me you're scared, Tommy.
Scared? Me? No, none at all.
Say, there's a traveler who doesn't seem to be bothered by the fog.
Come on, Panache, keep going. We'll find Carl sooner or later.
Just our luck. In this issue, we've lost Colonel Andrasi.
Whoa! What the...
Then you two are done clowning around. Maybe we can try and find our way. And the Colonel. Quick, let's hide. That might be some Austrian soldiers.
You're right, Crunchy. I heard voices over there, too.
Halt there!
What the...
Nobody move!
Hungarian soldiers? What luck!
What do you mean, what luck?
The boss said nobody move, so nobody move.
Don't you recognize me? I'm Princess Sissi, Erzsébet.
Princess Erzsébet? That's right. And I'm Colonel Andrasi.
Certainly not. I know Colonel Andrasi very well. Lead me to him. He needs to know that I'm still alive.
Really, these Austrians have got some nerve. Sending spies and trying to pass them off as Princess Erzsébet resurrected.
There's nothing we can do. They don't believe us. Go, Tempest!
Don't let her escape!
Curse this fog. It is imperative that I find Prince Franz. If something should happen to him, the Empress will never forgive us. Halt! Who goes there? Don't let them get away! They must be Hungarian spies!
Not again! Whether they're Hungarian or Austrian, they think everyone's a spy! Crunchy! Tommy! Keep going without me, Tempest! Go!
She did look a lot like Princess Erzsébet.
Yeah. I hope she got across all right.
I'm telling you, she was an Austrian spy. And that's that.
Hands in the air! Perfect. And now tell me what you're doing here.
Colonel Andrassi!
You can put your hands down. You three are a fine bunch of soldiers. So how come you're following me?
Morgage told us
to capture an Austrian spy, trying to pass herself off as Princess Sissi.
Well, if that's the truth, then it seems the Austrians will stop at nothing. Fine, if you three are going to be on my back, you can help me find Ida.
What the?
There! No!
So, Captain, you're taking shots at your prince now.
Highness, I'm terribly sorry. We were chasing some Hungarian spies
And you were going to fire at them without warning. Bravo, Captain. Clearly it wouldn't bother you at all to start the war. All right, forget it. Now come with me. By following the river, we'll find the army eventually.
Well, Crunchy, you've gotten us into a fine mess.
At least we're in Austria now. And if we don't find Tempest, we can just continue on foot.
To Vienna?
I don't think so, Tommy. If we ran into hussars, that means the Austrian army isn't far, and neither are Franz and Karl. The hardest thing now will be to reach them without getting arrested.
Franz! Yes, Karl, it's me. I thought that the Empire's new crown prince could use a hand.
I can't believe our Sissi is gone.
Neither can I, Karl. But now we have to save the peace. It's the last thing we can do for him.
Prince Franz, what a pleasant...
Quiet, Zatornik! You, Counselor, are responsible for this whole disaster! The man who got rid of Sissi!
But this man is responsible for a lot of things, Karl. But he can't be held responsible for the storm.
The storm? But it was his spies that did away with Sissi.
No, Karl. Sissi vanished in a shipwreck. I was there. And I couldn't do a thing.
What did I tell you, Prince Karl? I'm not responsible for anything.
No, Zatornik. You're responsible for everything else. You're responsible for having condemned Duke Max under false pretenses. You're responsible for fooling my mother, Empress Sophia. You're responsible for driving Sissi to leave Schönbrunn. And I'm sure that all your maneuvering and your hatred towards the Hungarians makes you responsible for the war that's about to break out. One day you'll be tried for all your evil deeds, Zatornik. I promise you. Now be off. Get out of my sight.
Nice going, Franz. But if Sissi wasn't assassinated by Zatornik's men, the war shouldn't be taking place.
Exactly, Karl. We have to get a message to our friends in Hungary as soon as possible to avoid a catastrophe.
According to Mother's Secret Service, the Hungarian troops have occupied the village of Radenburg, and we are preparing for an assault.
We must avoid war at all costs, Karl. Troops, dismount! The attack has been called off! You'll send a reconnaissance party to the village, Marshal von Grossberg. I want to be certain that the Hungarian troops have really occupied the village.
Sergeant Thomas?
you're in charge of recruiting trustworthy men for a reconnaissance mission to Rodenburg.
Yes, sir, Marshal. What? Ida has been taken prisoner by the Austrians in Radenburg? Enough is enough. The Austrians want war, well, they'll get it. Gather the men. We leave for Radenburg immediately.
If only we could find Tempest, it would be easy to catch up to the Austrian army.
I think I've just found out how to join the army the easy way.
There! What do you think, Tommy?
You make a perfect soldier. How about me?
You could use a few alterations. Look out! They must be going to the camp. Let's slip behind them. I get the feeling we aren't heading for the camp.
Company, halt! Soldiers, from here on in, not a word. We're approaching the village. Well, I'll be. What are you two doing here?
We're new recruits, and we've lost our regiment, so we thought that...
And you, insect? This mission is much too dangerous for you. What's your name, anyway?
First of all, I'm not an insect. I'm 10 years old, and my name is Tommy, Captain.
And where do you come from, my boy?
From Bavaria, sir.
Corporal, I'm handing over command of this mission to you. I'll return this child back to camp. He'll be much more useful as a drummer boy.
Company, forward, march!
There! Now we're ready to welcome the soldiers our way.
Ida, you'll have to hide in the barn where we put the trailers.
You're right. If the Austrians ever found me, everyone in the village might be taken prisoner. See you soon. And good luck!
Now's my chance to slip away discreetly. If only I could run into Andrassi or Morgash. What the? The trailers from the Zaniushka circus! Ah!
Sissi?
Ida!
Oh, Sissi! You're alive! Why, what's with that getup?
It's a long story, Ida, but I'll tell you about it later. The Austrian soldiers are in the village, and we have to avoid any incident that might start a war at all costs.
Provided it isn't too late.
So far, not a single Hungarian soldier. Let's try over here. Hey!
Hey, there's the bees! Every man for himself!
Too late! They're going to come back with the Austrian army, I'm sure of it.
If we had known it was only a reconnaissance mission...
And that you were alive, Princess.
It's too late now. Those soldiers will report whatever they please, and the Austrian army is more than likely to respond by starting hostilities.
Hungarian soldiers! They're approaching the village!
This time, I think that war is inevitable.
My dear burgomasters, we have to evacuate the village.
But we can't go to one camp or the other.
It's too risky.
So, what do we do?
I think I know a way that you can all leave together.
Huh?
Oh?
What the? Tommy! Tommy, you're alive! But then, Sissi?
As alive as me.
Sissi alive? That's incredible! Are you absolutely certain? Well then, where is she?
I think she must be in the village, just below.
Alive. Sissi's alive! Quick! I have to see her with my own eyes!
Wait, Franz! If you go out that way, Carl will never let you go to the village alone.
Prince Carl. I know, Highness. But please forgive an old counselor for putting in his 2 cents worth. All I've ever wanted is what's good for the Empire. And the Empire is in grave danger. You must make a decision, Highness.
I must consult Prince Franz. Franz? Franz?
Highness. The Marshal says that you can no longer wait, Highness. Austria is in danger.
Very well. Order the attack.
See you soon, and good luck! That does it. Everyone has been evacuated. Are you sure you want to stay, Ida?
Of course, Sissi. I think it'll take both of us to prevent this little war, don't you?
You're right. Come with me, quick.
Beulah!
Franz!
Sissi! Ida!
People say I am just too bold, and I can ride horses like the bulls. To lilies I like Henry more, and never act maybe like being cold. Let me be myself.